Hi everybody, this is Demari, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be doing the love reading for the sign of Pisces. As you know, I have been travelling for the last few days. I did my first set of readings, love readings for the first signs on the island of Paris. But as you can see, I am back in my apartment, there was a little bit of a delay doing this, and I apologise for that due to travelling and having problems with Wi-Fi and things like that of that nature. I am trying to play catch up at the moment, but the good thing is I will be jumping straight into the October monthly readings straight after filming these ones, so they should come out pretty timely. Okay, so just so you know, I'll be, additionally to pulling out cards in relation to yourself, I will also be pulling cards in relation to your love interest, partner, or someone that will be coming into your life in the near future. So to begin with, I'll be using the Wild Unknown Tarot as always, clarifying with the intuitive. So let's just jump straight in there. So this is going to apply for pretty much now, okay? So the very end, the tail end of September. And seeing as, you know, we are in Libra season now, this is the perfect time to look at how we can harmonise our relationships, right? And really work on bridging any gaps or any miscommunication, as well as creating balance and harmony within ourselves. So first of all, what I'm going to be doing is pulling a card in relation to what it is that you desire, so your wishes. Then secondly, I'll be pulling a card for, that can fly now. Second card will be in relation to your emotions, your feelings. They're just flying across the room, unbelievable. And the third card is in relation to what it is you're trying to manifest. Okay. Alright, so I'll just deal with your cards firstly, and then I'll clarify afterwards before moving on to your person of interest. So to begin with, we've got the Sun of Cups in reverse. So yeah, this is what you're hoping for. I think you're trying to heal a wound in particular. I think there was maybe someone that you're still trying to walk away from, or a connection you're trying to walk away from still. Because it's caused you quite a lot of pain. So with this, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you don't want to love this person anymore. You're just like, why can't I just let this person go? Because it caused me so much pain, and I don't want to feel it anymore, because I'm really feeling that like pain and hurt and just wanting to not love this person anymore. So, I mean, take that how it resonates. I mean, you could be single, you could have literally walked away from this person and you're trying to heal from that breakup. Or it could be that you're still with this person, you could even be married to this person, and you just feel stuck. You don't know how you can come out of this relationship without a series of, arguments or issues. You know, it's not so easy, particularly if you're married and you have children, right? It can be very complicated. So that will definitely apply quite strongly if you feel that you're in that situation. So just take it however it resonates. Of course, this is a general reading, as always, so do not try and force it to your situation if it doesn't apply. We'll carry on, because obviously it might not seem like it makes that much sense at the moment, but as we go on, you may find that it's more relevant than you initially thought. If not, there are other signs. Obviously, I do the full set of signs for each type of reading, so maybe have a look at your natal chart and see what placements you have for your moon, sun and rising, and maybe for one of the other signs one of those videos will apply more, so do check it out. So let's just jump into the second card then. So we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So again, this is all about a love lost, or a love that you're trying to leave behind, right? This connection, this romantic connection that you're trying to part from. And this is very much in the position of your emotions. So emotionally, you're still trying to detach from this person, right? That you still don't feel like you're there yet. And it may be that it's quite fresh, or like I said, you're still in the thick of it all, so it's understandable, you know, these things take time. Even if it wasn't just something that happened a few weeks ago, it could be months, maybe even a year, but depending on a series of factors, it can take time. So it's important that you don't put too much pressure on yourself, because I know, you know, obviously it sucks to be, you know, experiencing heartache, but at the same time, you can't force the healing process, right? There's multiple levels to it, so it takes time. It's just important that you just take it step by step and do the work, okay? So then in the position of what it is you're trying to manifest, you've got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like you're trying to change circumstances around this situation as well, particularly, like I said, if it does involve children or a marriage, right? There's multiple aspects to it that may make the situation very complicated. So you're trying to remove those obstacles so you can have a clean break, right? Or it could be that there's still some financial ties, like bank accounts, linked accounts, things like that. It could be that, you know, you're waiting for certain contracts to be signed if you are going through a divorce, or you know, you're selling the house or whatever. It could be just simply that you're wanting to get your stuff back or get rid of their stuff, and you know, they're making it kind of difficult because they don't really want this breakup. Or it could be just that they haven't had time to do it yet, and you're just wanting to, you know, clear the air completely. You just don't want any reminders, right? So I feel like it's very much, with it being Pentacles, it's on the physical, material sense, right? So I feel like there's either contracts or personal items involved, and that's one of the obstacles that's keeping you locked into this feeling of being stuck and not being able to move on, right? But we'll clarify all this now anyway, just to get a clearer sense of how this can apply to you, right? Because there's multiple things going on here, and it can apply in different ways. So if we can just get a little bit more clarity, then we may be able to see exactly what's going on here. Okay. So for the Son of Cups, which is in the position of what it is that you're trying to, well, what it is you desire, right? What your wishes are. You've got the Ten of Pentacles. So again, you're trying to close this chapter out. You want everything cleared and gone so that you can move on, because you feel like that's hindering your ability to move on. You've got the Seven of Swords. So it could be that you feel like this person is intentionally being difficult, right? When you're trying to communicate with them, because they don't really want to close this chapter out necessarily. Or it could just be that because they feel like, because you're the one walking away, they're trying to make it as difficult as they can on you, because they feel like you're to blame in some way because you're leaving them, right? Or it could be that they're lying to you about something. There could be some deception there, to try and make the thing, you know, the situation a bit more complicated than it needs to be. Or because they're afraid, or it may be that you're afraid of finding out about something that will leave them hard up in cash in some way, right? So it could be something, because there's a lot of pentacles coming up here, so it could be that they're afraid you'll find something out to do with the finances, and that you can take them for everything they've got. So it could be something on that level, just take it however it applies. Because you also have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I feel like you feel like you've invested a lot into this relationship or this connection, and you've got nothing, like you feel like you gain nothing back from it, okay? So even if, like, I don't think obviously, I mean, I feel like this applies even if it's not in a marital sense or a long-term relationship sense, even if you were just dating for a while. With the energies that's coming through, I don't think it's like a 1 or 2 day kind of deal. This is someone you were dating for a while. But even on that level, I feel like maybe you were giving more than you were getting back. And you were just like, why am I even doing this anymore? Like, I'm done, you know, it's just causing me too much misery. So you're pulling away, And it may be that because you've been spending some time with each other, you have some things that you left at their place or vice versa, and you just wanted to clear everything out. Or just even the fact that they may actually owe you money. They might actually owe you real money and, real money. They may actually owe you cash. And, that's what you're waiting on receiving back because, you want what you're owed, right? And they're not giving it to you. They may have misplaced it, may have misused it with that Seven of Swords as well. They don't want to communicate that to you because they know you'll be mad and they haven't got it to give it back to you. So it could be something on that level as well. Just take it however it resonates, okay? But yeah, there's stuff going on very much in a material sense, and you're just wanting to square everything up so you can just walk away clean, right? That's what I'm getting from this. You just want a clean slate, and you can't do that until these things are taken care of, right? So let's have a look then in regards to your emotions with the Two of Cups in reverse. Because that's obviously very much to do with feeling, emotionally depleted when it comes to dealing with this person. So yeah, you've got the Six of Swords, so you're trying to move away from them completely. You may even be moving town, okay? You may be moving, like you're looking at apartments maybe even in a different town or a different county or even a different country, right? You could be going further abroad, who knows? But you're wanting a clean slate, that's what I can see here. So I wouldn't be surprised that if for some of you, you are actually looking at going further afield. You've got the Queen of Wands in the upright. So yeah, this is the energy that I feel like you're trying to embody at this time. Because you're sick of being in that, Daughter of Cups in reverse energy. You're really trying to step into this Queen of Wands energy where you feel like you can take control of the circumstances and change the outcome, manifest what it is that you truly want, right? And really be quite assertive and really just taking control back of your life so you're feeling happy and contented and, you have a passion for life again, right? So you're really in that space of just like being the boss of your own life, right? That's what I feel like you're trying to embody here. But with this Knight of Wands in reverse, I feel like they are your biggest obstacle at this point, right? That they're hindering your ability to move forward and progress in whatever it is that you want to focus on. So that's why you're finding it quite challenging, and especially, as it's really has taken a bit of an emotional toll on you at this time, Pisces. So yeah, I can see that, obviously as much as you're trying to be positive, you're trying to think about what it is that you're trying to move towards, you still have things that are keeping you in place, and that's why you're really trying to deal with it now. But it's good that you're you are being optimistic, you are thinking about what it is that you want, in the positive sense, while trying to deal with the more negative attributes surrounding this situation. It's really, really important. Okay. So what about the what it is that you're trying to manifest, this Nine of Pentacles in reverse? Because like I said, I feel like that's clearing out, right? That's the clearing out of these physical ties, right? You're trying to deal with the emotional ties yourself, but the biggest strain on you at this time is the physical ties you have with this person. So, again, more pentacles, right? Just had the Eight of Pentacles come flicking out as well. So, yeah, I feel like you're trying to, you're at the point when you're like, okay, I want to gather my resources back. I want to take back what I've been giving, right? And like even in the sense of your own power, right? And your own energy and all of the love that you've poured into someone else. You want to take all of that back and give back to yourself, right? But you feel like you can't do that because there's just too much about this situation that's just pulling you in various different, directions, right? That it's not clear cut, it's not a clean break that you can make at this time. So that's really what's giving you a headache, I feel like, at this point. but you're really trying to just clean up any loose ends. So that's what I feel like with this. It's just like clear up any loose ends by any means necessary, even if that means potentially taking a loss. I think you'd be willing to do that if it means getting away from this situation, right? You're willing to cut your losses is what I'm seeing with that card. Okay, and what about, okay, so with the Four of Wands in reverse as well, this could easily be a divorce actually. Especially like I said, with the contracts and finances, trying to deal with possessions and stuff. For those of you who this applies to, for a chunk of you, it will be a physical divorce. For some of you, this is a separation, a breakup. But it is moving away from this foundation that you were building with this person. Even if you were dating, right? I feel like you may have been moving towards something serious, but then a whole bunch of things happened and you've had to walk away. So, it's definitely a breakup that we're looking at, right? There's no doubt about that. Okay, and anything else before I move on? No, I think that's it, okay. So, let's have a look at the other person then. So, what is the other person wishing? What are they feeling at this time? Wow, cards are really jumping for you, I tell you, Pisces. Like, it's very, very clear what's being communicated here. And what are they trying to manifest? Interesting. Alright. So, same deal, we'll just look at the 3 cards, discuss them, and then we'll move on to clarification. So, in regards to what it is that they are wishing, what they desire, it's the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like for some of you, they do want a separation. For some of you, they do want a separation. For some others of you, they're not wanting to cut financial ties with you. They're afraid of what they will lose, right? And that's what's keeping them in place, and that's what's stopping them from making this separation or divorce simple, because they know that there'll be a loss somewhere. Not just losing you, but also on a material sense. It's very selfish in that way, I know, but I feel like that's also at play here for some of you. But for some of you, it's just a case of they do want a separation as well. They do want a divorce too. But they may not necessarily want to go about it in this way. Okay, but we'll clarify that in a moment. So, in regards to their emotions, they have the Four of Wands in reverse as well. So, yeah, they're not feeling fulfilled either. They're not happy with their current circumstance. They want a chance to build anew. But I think more than anything, they just, I get this sense of wanting freedom, right? They don't want to be tied to anyone at this point. So they want to be single, is what I'm feeling with this. And in regards to what it is they're trying to manifest, is Judgment in reverse. So I think they're really worried about the consequences of this breakup or this divorce, right? Especially if there has been some deception there, particularly on a financial level. I think they're worried about you finding that out and what the consequences of that will be. If it's not that, then it's just a case of they're worried about what kind of instability can arise from this separation, right? So, yeah, interesting. Let's see if we can clarify, because this is... I'm not going to lie to you, Pisces. This is not very nice energy. I mean, it feels very, it is very materialistic, in the bad sense. It's more about financial loss and gain here than, the connection itself. That seems to be the ruling overtone of this reading, just this, you know, obsession with, oh, what can I gain and what can I lose? So yeah, it's probably for the best that you're breaking up if this is where you're both thinking, you know. Particularly on their side, I think with you, I think you just want what's yours, right? You just want it to be equal, but with them, I feel like they don't want to let go of certain things because they like having certain things, certain amount of finances, certain material goods or whatever. They like having the abundance, the affluence, right? So they don't want to take the loss. But I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so to clarify the Three of Pentacles in reverse in regards to what it is that they're trying to, what they're wishing for, their desires. We got the Eight of Wands in reverse. So yeah, feeling really defensive, guarded, but I feel, yeah, again, I feel like that this front that they're putting on is, there's something deceitful about it. There's something they're trying to hide. So they're trying to palm you off with all sorts of nonsense so you don't take a closer look. So they might be being very cagey at this time. There may be some other things you aren't aware of. I definitely feel deceit with this, right? But they don't want you to see maybe just how much they've lost, right? They may have they could be having, like, okay, sorry, there's a lot coming through, but I feel like for some of you, they may have a gambling problem. I don't know why that came in strongly, but especially with like financial loss, I feel like for a few of you, you're dealing with someone who's a serious gambler and they might be trying to hide just how much they've lost in a short period of time. So do be aware of that if that resonates at all. For some of you, it could be something else. It could be something to do with, you know, just savings in general. They might have been siphoning savings, or they're worried that you're going to be taking all their cash, right, in this divorce settlement, or whatever it is. Just take it as it resonates, okay? So also, we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So it could be that this person is a water sign, right? Don't worry about the gender is irrelevant. It's the energy. So it could be that they're Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And yeah, it could be that they're just really not embodying the energy that you fell in love with, right? That normally, like, well, when you met them, that this was their energy, but now they're here. So you're really not feeling it. That's why you're in the Daughter of Cups in reverse energy, because they're also in the Queen of Cups energy, right? In reverse. So you're both just really unhappy, I can see at this point. Like, I don't even feel like there's much love left in this relationship. So that's why it's all become about the material, right? Which is quite sad, but it is what it is, right? These things happen. And then to clarify that further, you also got the Strength card. So I feel like they are trying to embody this energy, but they're not going about it in the right way, that's for sure. They may be putting on a bit of a front. It could be that they have Leo in their chart, or they may even be a Leo but with water in their chart also. Could be or they're Leo rising. It could be that they have water signs in their moon or sun, or their rising, or even their Venus. Maybe not at all, just take it as advice. But yeah, I feel like this is the energy that they're trying to embody, but it's not really coming out so much. They're coming out far more like the Queen of Cups in reverse at this time, but this is what they're trying to step into, to have that strength in their conviction to move forward and not allow the weight of the situation to bear so heavily on their shoulders, right? Okay, so what is it that they're feeling aside from that? Clarifying this Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, why is everything just one in the floor? I don't know. We had a bunch of cards come up then, but I'll just take them. So, Temperance card. They're feeling like as much as they're wanting to escape the situation, they know they need to exercise patience because there's a lot of things that need ironing out. So that's probably why they're not rushing with this, and that's why you may be getting a bit impatient because they're trying to do things step by step. Could be that they have Sagittarius in their chart as well with that Temperance card. They also got the Two of Wands in reverse. So yeah, wanting to break off this connection, trying to deal with these circumstances before moving forward and looking outwardly. Got the the Knight of Cups in reverse. So again, further emotional detachment, trying to not allow the emotions to get the better of them while they're trying to deal with this circumstance. They've got the Emperor, so more fire energy, that's Aries. Yeah, this is also the energy of someone obviously who has great material abundance, okay? Someone who has an empire, someone with leadership, authority. It could be that they have a business, it could be that they're an entrepreneur or a CEO of a company or some high level ranking individual within a business structure or in whatever profession that they've taken. And because they are quite high earning, they're scared that they're going to lose a good chunk of their assets in a divorce, right? And that you can actually take quite a lot from them. So that's probably something that they're quite worried about at this time. And that's what's also causing the hesitancy and not wanting to rush and see what exactly you're entitled to. So that could be also part of what's going on here. And then with the Ten of Swords in the upright, yeah, they're really just wanting to cut off all communications with you, I think. But they know they can't do that until all of these things are addressed. But that's what they're trying to do. They just want to cut communication with you. That's why they're being so cagey. That's why you can't always get a clear response from them, because they actually don't want to address it at all. But they know they have to. So they're just looking at the legal steps of what it is they need to do, but they don't really want to deal with you directly so much, okay? I know that sounds a bit harsh, but I feel like that's kind of how you both feel about each other at this point. I'm not seeing much love here, so yeah, it's probably a good thing that you're separating at this point if you haven't already. Okay, so what about in regards to the Judgment, Judgment in reverse, in the position of what it is they're trying to manifest. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Cups in the upright. So, yeah, I think they're really hoping that people are on their side, right? I know that sounds weird, but I think they're hoping that that when it goes to court, if it goes through the courts and stuff, or if you just this is if you're married, of course, or if you're just breaking up or anything like that, I think they're hoping that they'll have a lot of sympathy for them in this situation. So don't be surprised if they try to play the wounded victim, right? Because they're wanting that sympathy, I feel, with this. They want to know that that they're going to be emotionally supported by their friends and family members. That they're not going to be seen as, the driving factor of this situation. So I think they're going to go into this kind of victim mentality a little bit. So don't be surprised if you hear stuff related to that. With the Nine of Cups in reverse as well. Yeah. they don't want a relationship, and they certainly don't want to bridge this connection with you. They don't want to heal it. They just want to have this sense of freedom, right? But I feel like they're not learning. There's some vital, I feel like there's some vital lessons here that they're kind of skipping over because they just don't want to have to deal with it, right? And I think that's kind of, I think that's going to bite them in the ass, to be honest, later on, because they are likely to have to deal with certain aspects of this situation again in a new relationship, right? So yeah, they're going to have to address that when that comes up, because they've not learned the lesson here. Okay, so I was having a look in regards to the overall outcome of the situation, and we got the Son of Pentacles, so that's the Knight of Pentacles. Which is good, because that means that, you know, you're both going to be moving towards a whole new set of circumstances, right? That your physical reality is going to change very quickly. So even though this situation may feel like a mess right now, it's not going to last very long, okay? You just happen to be in the throes of it at this point. You're in the midst of all this chaos, so that's why it feels pretty intense, and there's certain things that are not quite moving yet. But that's not going to last very long, okay? You're both going to have this ability to step away and rebuild, okay? So let's see if we can get any more clarity on that. I mean, as I said, I feel like both of you are going to have to accept some kind of loss in some way. But I think you'll both deal with that fine in the end, okay? You just need this clean break. And then you've got to clarify that the Ace of Swords. So again, new beginning, a new means to, you know, rebuild your life, okay? Really being able to communicate that this is finally over and that you're going to start afresh elsewhere. And communicate with the universe as well what it is that you actually want. I think that's really important, because you've come away from something that you don't want, but you now need to look at what it is that you do want. So you'll need to communicate that as you start this new beginning. So you also got the Nine of Swords in reverse. So this is going to take a lot of the stress, a lot of the pressure and anxiety you had around this situation away also, once you have this clean break. So even, as I said, even though it's heavy right now, don't despair. Things are going to start moving, okay? Things will start changing. And the things that are blocking you at the moment, or keeping you in this space of not being able to start afresh and walk away completely from this person, that's going to be changing, okay? Those blockages are going to be lifted and things will start moving, so you can just close the chapter and begin afresh, okay? So I know that's a little bit heavy, Pisces, because, you know, there's a lot of like legality surrounding this, I feel. But it will be in your best interest at the end. Once you deal with this, you'll be able to breathe again and move on. So don't worry, things are changing for you. They're changing pretty fast, okay? So I hope this was useful for you. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do like it if you found it useful and interesting. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll be doing your October read very, very soon. So take care for now.